Alright, this is kind of a part 3 to this little mini series that somehow started. But it actually all started with, can my Goldbox remove the really tough black sands that some people have to deal with? And I was able to remove the black sands in my area, but in other areas, it's really bad. I was able to create my own version, finding some old volcanic black sands, which were just brutal. And with the little addition of this little gem, I was able to not use the features that are in the box for more generalized, more aggressive processing to fine tune it. But the question that I had before, and I keep getting, is how does it work on stuff like the Flower Gold Wizards sand that they have to deal with around the Great Lakes? From what I hear, this is the worst stuff to run. That black sand is just impossible to get out. So I was able to get some of his pay dirt, and we're gonna find out. I'm kind of curious myself. I don't know. The reputation of this stuff is it's pretty bad. So I'm really curious. But let's get to it and let's see if all this works. Okay, I'm gonna feed it. This is I just took some of it out of the bag. I'm gonna feed this in little one motion here just to get it started, and then I'll put the camera in a position where you can watch the whole bag being processed. It's gonna be a little tricky. I don't want to put too much in. Let's see how it goes. I might have to turn this down to really get it to process. It might be a little fast. This may take a few tries to really dial it in. Like I said, I have not run this stuff before. I just hear how bad it is. I'm slowly wearing it away. That's a good sign. I can see some little specks of gold in there. I don't like how the gold is already over here. I'd rather see a lot more of it over on this side. So that means I may be losing a little if it's coming over here this easy, but that is really small gold. But you can see the black sands are just slowly working out. I do think I got to turn it down, but let's just let this process. I'll probably adjust it just a little more, but let me get the camera in a fixed position so you can watch me run this. Alright, I got the camera in a fixed position, and I'm going to start running a little more. This is definitely going to take a while. That looks a little better. You can notice how it's pulling up here more, where before it was pulling down here. This is when you're dealing with this stuff, it's all about patience. The nice thing is I can just fill this box, and if I want to take a 10-minute break and let it run, it's fine. Once the gold gets in position, it should stay there. This stuff is something else, though. It's almost like a silt more than a black sand. Not bad, though. It's slowly moving away. I mean, the key thing is to see how much gold the box captures, and then how much is in the tailings. So I'm not really seeing any, just a lot of black sand. Put a little more in. It's nice how you can see it getting rid of the beach sands. Those instantly float out of the box. That's what you really want to see. Yeah, I definitely have not experienced anything like this. We don't have this in the Northeast. This is something special. I don't think I'd want to deal with it all the time, but I guess if you're set up for it, it's not that bad. Zoom in a little more. See if I can get a better. I'll probably turn it up a little more. I am seeing some specks in there, so there's the gold. Fortunately, the black sands are filling all the features, so the gold's just riding on top. But it is sticking, which is good. I don't remember how much gold is in this, or how much he claims is in it. It is working out nice and slow, but something had to be a little practice. You know, I'll probably have to run it through, then any mistakes adjust, and then I'll be able to capture a lot more in the next round. But I am trying to get as much as I can on the first try. So let me continue running this. I think I'm just going to turn it up just a tad more. And then we can start looking at some results. And I'm really curious to see if I'm losing any gold. Been letting it run a little. I didn't end up turning it down because I actually saw some gold pieces over almost up to here. So it is working its way around. Let me get around here. I don't know if the bag actually says sapphires on it, which is kind of cool. So he threw some of these in there, like little mini diamonds. Pretty light though. They're instantly around the corner and right to the exit. As you can see though, it is catching the flower gold. That's good. Yeah, you can see it all. And it's still slowly working out the black sands. I mean, I could let this thing run for hours. I don't think I'd go that far with it, but I'm glad that it is capturing it. Yeah, that stuff is tiny. Little mini nuggets. But it's working though. It's just vibrating it just enough so the black sand eventually works its way out to what you want. I honestly never run anything like this, even in a little sluice, so I don't have much to compare with. I'd have to let other people chime in and see what they think of it. But the fact that I am getting the black sand away from the gold, even if I got to run this a few times to get it, you know, if I miss any did get out, I think it's actually not too bad. I'm actually, I'm impressed. It's actually working really good. So let me, I don't know if I'll run the whole bag, but at least want to run half the bag, and then we'll do a clean out because I'm really curious what's getting out. So let me run a little more, then I'll turn this back on and you can see the results. All right, that's enough time. That fast forward section you just watched, that was 10 minutes that I just sped up. And then there was a little more in the hopper. I had to put a little more water on, so I ran in an extra couple of minutes past that. So total about, I'd say for half of the pay dirt bag, 15 minutes, and I'm at this level already. And it doesn't seem to be moving out any more dirt, or it's just so slow now it's not worth going. So I am going to call it at that so we can take this apart. But I do have this set up on an old sluice run. It does look like gold, but that's not. That's just a rock. Those are just, yeah, those are rocks. But this is, you can see all the sands and stuff. If there's any little flakes of gold, it'd be right here. So far I'm not seeing any. And then you can see the material down in there. The beach sand. Make sure I can shut this off. Yeah, you see all the heavy blacks and the beach sand and all the other stuff. Like I said, it's just a rock stuck in there. I know it looks like gold, but it's not. But let me just show a quick peek while I'm here. Get this top off. Definitely see the gold in there. I'm really curious to see what got out of this. Well, you can see this thing is full of gold. They got it. That is really full. There's your flower gold. Not bad. Most of the black sands are gone. Around this corner, it filled up a little more. Like I said, it may take a few more times. I didn't want to turn it up. See some more sapphires. That's pretty cool that he threw those in there. The problem is the gold is way over here, and that's why I didn't want to turn it up. Usually when you get in this 3/4 zone, especially up toward this tip right here, that's really risking it. I'm sure I'll see some pieces here. I don't see any right now. There's got to be some in there. Yeah, so it's even right there. There's definitely some that came out. The only good thing is, like I said in the last video, the actual box right here is filling up with the material because it really doesn't have enough energy to get the heavies up over and down in here. I mean, some dig it out, as you can see it down in there, but the majority are still in the box. So if I was running this out on the river or beach or wherever I was, all I'd have to do is just empty this out and rerun this. I mean, I'm definitely going to check the tailings and I'll show you that. But if anything, any gold loss should still be in the box. It'd just be underneath this. So I'm actually impressed. I was a little worried that this wasn't going to work this good. But man, definitely a lot of gold. I believe there's a 1/4 gram of gold in here, and I didn't run the whole bag. I only ran half the bag. I'd be here all night doing this stuff. But I guess that's what it takes. So let me get this out in a pan, and we can actually see the results. I want to see what we caught versus what we missed. All right, I just panned the tailings. And I don't think it's going to show up on camera, but there was one speck that got out down here. Nothing else in here. Everything stayed in the box. And yes, this stuff is horrible to pan. The Flower Gold Wizard, I know he gives this thing a 10 on the hardness scale, and I will agree. That stuff is not fun. You're not going to see it, but this is what I captured. Some sapphires. Pretty cool. He threw those in there. And there's all the flower gold. And that's the leftover black sands that I didn't get rid of on the first run. I do have some down here, but most of those just fell right down. That was easy enough to pan off. So they're heavy, but they're not super heavy. These were the heavier ones that stuck with the pan. But that is quite a bit of flower gold. And that was all in the tray. That was all, actually most of it was in the first half of the tray. So it actually worked really good. I am still having, it's not so much a problem or issue, but I had to design a gap, the tray just a little smaller so it could sit in here. You know, 3D printing is accurate, but it's not always the most accurate. So I left a small gap that goes all the way around so the tray could fit in here nice and easy. So because of that, and you know, just because this is pressurized, I am getting material that's coming out and dropping down in here. So I haven't panned this yet. I'm sure there's a few pieces of gold. The only good thing is all the gold stayed in here. Like I said, only one speck got out. Nothing here, and then there was one speck in the pan down there. So that's pretty damn good. So technically the box is still almost 100% capture rate, even though some got under the tray, which it's still here. But for a first run, I'm actually, I can live with that. That's not bad. I could just keep going and run it a few times. I don't run a lot of fine equipment out there like the Blue Bowl and some of these little small sluices that are designed to do this. So I can't reference how much worse this took for time wise and all that, or the results. But I don't know. I still think they're pretty good. I'll do some more testing, and then maybe I'll pick up some of those pieces of equipment so I can test it against this. But for a little insert tray that I just designed almost a week ago, it's working really good. And it now gives you two options: run coarse material or fine tune it for the hardest stuff you can pan. I mean, that is small. Well, there you have it. People are asking, can this stuff run the flower gold out there with the beach sands? The answer is yes. Like I mentioned, I have not run personally any of those blue bowls or equipment specifically to run stuff like this, so I can't compare. But I mean, I still got almost 100% capture rate. It definitely needed to run a little longer or run a few more times to get it even cleaner. But I could easily work that gold out with enough time. Again, I have no reference to compare it to other stuff, but not too bad. The one thing I really like about this is I can run the box all day long on the river, bucket after bucket after bucket, get it down to a certain amount of concentrates, or if I start hitting an area with heavy black sands, pull out the little tray now, put it in, slow down the pump, and then start running that processing. So I can do normal cleanups on the river, and now even the finest of the fine cleanup on the river, or I can bring it home and do it here. I mean, the versatility is just amazing. So I think that wins some points for it right there. But I like that. I was actually I thought that was going to be worse. I would definitely give that a 10. That material. You should probably buy some just to experience that. To pan that, I mean, it's not fun. It's almost like a silty paste. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I feel bad for the people that have to. That's where they got to get the gold out of. I mean, it's possible, but definitely, yeah, you got to work a lot harder for that stuff. A new respect and appreciation for you guys. Compared to the black sand that I got out of the volcano, I would say mine's more of an 8. I thought mine was closer to a 10 until I ran that stuff. So I don't know, maybe in the future I have enough spare gold. Maybe I'll start doing some New Hampshire volcanic pay dirt bags. I think, if just for fun, you can play around it. I mean, if you can pan gold out of this extreme material, you can pan gold anywhere in the world and not worry about losing it. That stuff will really fine tune your skill set. So this was great. This was fun. I think that's going to be a wrap on the series. I proved I can do it. Like I mentioned in the last videos, I am printing these trays out. Anybody who bought the box will be getting it shipped to them for free. And then once I get a stockpile of these, they'll be included in the kits from now on. And another thing I may do, since so many people have printers and stuff, if I come up with maybe another version of this or another add-on feature that's 3D printed, I might start putting the file up on my website, and then you can just download it. And if you don't have, you can print it if you have a printer, or if you have a friend that's got a printer, they could print it for you. Just so if I get to print it, I got to charge and I got to pay for shipping, but a download's free. So I mean, it's all a family community. I want to make a few bucks, but I want to help everyone be the best gold prospector they can. That's the main mission. This is just a hobby. It's all for fun. So, but that was good. Let's we'll wrap it up there, and yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go from here, but yeah, that was good. I liked the fact I was able to come up with a new option. It opened up so many more possibilities in the future. The next revision of this is going to be different now. Now you'll see more of that later in the year. I want to work on just getting these out to people that are asking for them. But until next time, I'll see you on the river. See you later.